Welcome back to this already, the final segment of today's Price of Business. Hard to believe, but time does go fast when you're having fun. Lisa Kroese, she's my guest, and her website, by the way, is expertestate.com. She is an authority when it comes to estate sales, and we're delighted to have her on. We, as the listener knows, we've been circulating the idea of trying to get ideas of potential radio programs that we could that might be of interest to the listener. And I guess you could say this is like a reality show's theme of our own program, giving people these opportunities to talk about their dream program. And Lisa, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm great, thanks. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. Tell us a little bit about expertestate.com.
Yeah, Expert Estates, we coach and consult for estate sale startups, and my company handles estate liquidation, so we work with people and families in the middle of life transitions. You know, they're moving somebody into a nursing home, or maybe they lost a loved one. So, you know, there's a lot of really personal interactions that we have, and we help people through what can be a very difficult time. I have an auction and appraisal background. So unlike a lot of people who kind of do this sort of as a hobby, I really know a lot about the value of the things that we find when we're, you know, kind of digging through a home. And we've done all kinds of homes, from the estate of Jack and Elaine Palance to, you know, a hoarder home that's just packed, you know, floor to ceiling full
beyond
of stuff.
belief. Much of the stuff of zero value because of how it was ruined, being packed, hoarded like that, I'm sure. Tell us a little bit about your show idea.
So I'm a 42-year-old mom. I've got 2 daughters and another daughter due July 5th. I've got an awesome crew of other, mostly younger moms. I do, of course, have guys that work for me too, but because of, you know, having started my business right after my first daughter was born, I've got a lot of, you know, different types of people on my team than a lot of other people in the industry, because we're kind of, you know, young moms, and I sort of think of us as like the Charlie's Angels of estate sellers, you know. So I've been approached before about doing, you know, different kinds of estate sale reality shows. One was for, you know, to buy things out from people and kind of, you know, you give them sort of a life-changing amount of money, and I think they, you know, produce that separately. But I just think that there's a lot of really interesting, not only the history of the things that we find, but, you know, all of the dynamics that go into a sale, you know, the behind-the-scenes stuff. People don't really see that. You know, a lot of times on sale day, people say, oh, I would love to do this. This is so much fun. But they don't see all the work and all the kind of hardship and dealing with, you know, families who sometimes may have a very hard time parting with things. So I think that there's just so many different potential kinds of things that could be explored with the estate sale industry. There's, you know, so much going on, from finding treasures to kind of helping people through these huge transitions. And then even on sale day, you know, our customers that come in, there's a lot of really interesting characters that we get.
Yeah, very interesting. So tell us, you know, with this, you know, with a radio program, you've got multiple weeks, and if the program goes well, multiple years every week. Tell us what different segments would look like.
Well, you know, I think that, like I said, there's so many different kinds of things you could do, because you could do some about sort of the family. You know, there's some really interesting families. Yesterday I met with a great, amazing family that is inheriting, you know, from their trust. So there's some different kinds of things in their estate that we'll probably send to auction that are higher value. So that part of it, and then kind of getting everybody in agreement. You know, sometimes there's 5 different people who all have to agree on what's going to go forward. And that can be really, you know, challenging, and, you know, working with the clients and things like that. Other business owners a lot of times are interested in that side of things because of, you know, kind of trying to set up how you're going to go forward and have something profitable, but we're also helping people. So there's that part of it. And then there's the part, of course, of our crew, all the different, you know, families and women that we work with, our clients, you know, hiring people. Sometimes I've had times as a business owner where I really, really rely on people, and then all of a sudden I'll have, you know, somebody, because I have a small business, so I don't have health insurance and other kinds of things like that I can offer to people. So they might find something, and all of a sudden I've got to, replace somebody in the middle of a big, month where maybe I have one weekend where I have 2 or 3 sales in a row. So there's that. There's just a lot every week that goes on with a company like mine.
Right. So you actually envision it more of a actual reality show versus a interview type program or info type program is what you actually envision.
Yeah, we could do interviews too with I think, if you did something national with other estate sale company owners, where different weeks you could interview different people about, sometimes they might have ordinary sales and then all of a sudden something extraordinary. And they could kind of tell stories about if they found, a German violin from the, 1700s or something, and then there could be stories about that and what's happened with it and the history and the value. There's a lot of different kinds of things you could do.
Well, I appreciate it. I think it's an interesting concept, and I never even thought of it in that term. And it'd be interesting to see how that would translate into radio. And Lisa Kroese, by the way, you can learn more about her at expertestates.com. And thanks for sharing your idea with us.
Thank you so much.
We enjoyed it. All right. When we come back,
bye-bye.
When we come back tomorrow, we're going to have much more for you. I do want to remind you the show continues 24/7 at priceofbusiness.com. Plus, the best content here can be found over there at usdatareview.com. Today's show brought to you in part by priceofbusiness.com. Have a great day listening to it right here.